So please, let's try to mute our mics so that we don't disturb others. So good morning once again. You are welcome to the magnetic selling class. And, the aim of this class is to show you that you can actually make more sales by doing less. So you don't have to struggle that much at the end of this class to close deals. So we'll be looking at three things. What is selling, selling models, and subconscious selling. You know, this subconscious selling is one of my favorites. You know, you can even sell with your subconscious mind, you know. So let's start. Okay, so why is it that people don't like to sell? Okay, so why is it that people don't like selling? You know, so these are some of the reasons. If you're having challenges making sales, these are some of the reasons. You don't want to hear no. You feel it's too much work. You feel you are disturbing others, or you don't know how to use the subconscious mind in selling. You know, when you say selling subconsciously, it looks somehow, but you get to understand that spending someone within 2 minutes, you should be able to know how to sell the person. Once you're in front of a prospect, there are some things you look out within 2 minutes. At the end of this class, you'll be able to classify which type of subconscious selling should I use for this person, you know. Then another reason is they don't know that selling is a life skill and needed by everyone. You feel people should see value and pay for it. If truly people should see value and pay for it, we wouldn't have people regretting now that they didn't buy Lucky Phase 1 when it was 1 million naira or 500K. So because we are salespeople, we assume that everybody should know the value of investing in a Bejuleki. So you just take them to the site, show them the place, and expect to get the money. Because you just believe, they know that the Dangote refinery is there, the deep sea port is there, the trade zone, the film city, the Alaro, everything. You just assume they know all those things that you know. So they should see the value and just hand you over the money, you know. Then another reason why people don't sell is poor product knowledge. Poor product knowledge. You have a product, you don't, even you yourself, you are not using the product and you want to sell it, you know. You are selling real estate, you don't have real estate. Before the end of this class, we will address that. You should own real estate and you should know the product you are selling. I recall when I was new in the industry, there was a product I tried to sell then. What I have in mind was entirely different from what we saw on ground. It was one of my worst moments in this industry. So you need to know what you are selling because it will boost your confidence and self-image. You can't just assume because you see a short video or a picture of the property, you already have an idea of how it looks like. You need to see it, feel it, you know, to increase your confidence. So people feel they are not gifted in that area. Nobody is born talented as a salesperson. You know, it can be learned. It can be learned. Or they have little or no understanding of the selling process. So you don't know that selling is a process, is a methodology. That's why they say selling is an art and a science. So if something is a science, it means there is a methodology and a process to follow. Then a lot of us are poor closers. So these are some of the few reasons why we don't like selling. Okay. So look at these research findings by Michael Bove. You know, he's a Fortune 500 business consultant and sales consultant. This man said that most customers buy after you've asked for the sale 8 times. You would have asked the customer 8 times before he or she finally pays. But 85% of salespeople, they quit after asking 2 to 3 times. Why? Because we feel we are disturbing the customer. Do you know that under types of buyer, I will show you that there's a type of buyer they call an analytical buyer. Those ones that want to analyze everything. They take their time. They take their time. So imagine you are dealing with that kind of person. By the time you call 1, 2, 3 times, he wouldn't pick your call again. You will be like, this guy has turned to a bad lead or a bad prospect, not knowing that the person is still analyzing. See the second one, a satisfied customer multiplies and comes back. This is the area of customer loyalty and retention. Most realtors, most of us, once the payment is made, end of discussion. Some of you even block the person's phone number. But if you satisfy that person, go the extra mile, do after sales service, you will refer more people to you. So that's what it means. A satisfied customer multiplies and comes back. He will tell his friend, tell his wife, tell his colleagues at work, there is this realtor. If you buy property from this person, just go and sleep. So they too, they want to have that experience, Have you ever made a sale and the buyer is so excited about it that he's telling everybody? If you have not gotten to that stage, then you need to get to that stage, because referral is an important part of selling, Then see this one is 6 times cheaper to maintain an old customer than to acquire a new one. So you see why customer loyalty is very important. And you can't get that without quality service. Service is as simple as go to the office, collect the deed of assignment, take it to the person, then, or if you sell a house, after some time, or you tell him, okay, let me know where you want to move in, I offer free service, I will clean it for you. Then on the day of the housewarming, make sure you are there. That's service. Not after the sale, you just block the number and, you are gone. Then another one is 68% of clients do not sign up because they believe you do not care about them. Before the commission enters, you've already finished calculating how to spend it. So the prospect will know that this person is just after the commission that he or she wants to make from this transaction. You get? So you have to care. See, you are a solution provider. You are there to help these people achieve their motive. And I'll be showing you different kinds of motive. That's the underlying reasons why people are buying. You get? So let's go into the myths of the day. So I said we'll be looking at what is selling models, and subconscious selling. So let's start with selling. Selling is a marriage between your customer needs, pain points, and their unique solutions. Now take a look at that. Customer pains and unique solution, meaning that a particular product that you are selling will not suit all your prospects, because the solution has to be unique. I recall there was a time I was trying to sell a property in Ibejuleki for someone who is, I think, around 60 years old. And I was telling him about the potential return in the next 10 years. And he said, Hassan, look at me very well. Do you think I may be here in the next 10 years? What if I die? You know, as funny as it sounds, but it's also logical. But because this is the product I have, I just have to push it to his throat. He has to buy because I don't care about his pain points, or his needs. It's just about me, you know. So you have to sit down, analyze, sir, this thing you want to buy or the property you are looking for, what is the sole purpose of this investment? Is it for legacy? Is it for inheritance? Is it to buy and build? That's the only one we know how to ask, buy and build. Or is it for investments? So you need to know so that you can craft out a unique solution to this person, you know, and stop stressing yourself. I also recall, because I didn't identify this customer need, I took him to, where is this place? After La Campagne, Folu Ise. We drove all the way from Egbeda to Folu. And the man was just like, okay, this is it, this is it. So on our way back, he now asked, Listen, all your properties, they look so far away. Don't you have something near to town? Say, we have now. So when we got to ShopRite Novare Mall, I took him along that place and I showed him some. Now, this is someone I have looked as, he's a banker. So I just assume this guy cannot spend more than ₦1 million on a plot of land. Can you see? No identification of the person. So I just went straight to where I thought the guy could afford. At the end of the day, that guy bought property of 12 million naira while I was trying to sell him the one of 1 million naira. So you need to identify. A salesperson is not a talkative, is a consultant. You have to ask, you know. By the time you ask, you uncover this person's needs and you know the pain points and you know the best products to recommend. Now, see another one. Selling is energy. Selling is transfer of feelings. Have you ever seen a weak Igbo salesman? What I mean is, maybe you go to the motor park, then you now see those guys that are shadow passengers. They will now come to you sluggishly, where are you going? There's energy. The energy is too much. Or you go to Ladipo, just watch the way they do, the way they hail you, that energy. Even if you're not ready to buy sometimes, you just like, after all this hailing, at least let me buy something, you know? Let me buy something. You get? So it's energy. You need to transfer that excitement that these products will work for you, you know? And they say selling is vibrating at the same frequency of the motives of the mind. You can see this word, motives, again, is coming up. Motives is the reason why the person is looking at purchasing that property. And I'm going to show you 9 motives why people buy. You know, someone will not just wake up and still come up all the way from UK that wants to come and see your property. There is a motive, there is a reason, there is a driving force that is pushing him. And we'll be looking at those motives. Now, the best salespeople are master of their energy and that of their clients. So you've taken someone to inspection, he likes the house, he likes everything, and he has filled the form. He's to send the money the next day, and he now called you that night that his mother is late. The energy has moved from 100 to 0. So how do you bring all that energy back to the state it was before the news of the mother's death? So as a salesperson, you should know what to do, to bring him back to that state and close the transaction. Selling is both an art and a science. Can you see? Meaning it has a process and a methodology, and I'm happy that we are looking at that this morning. So selling is what? Triggering of a motive within an individual that leads to a positive response, which is what? The mega alert you are waiting for. And for the person buying, that reason why he's buying, that's a positive response. So let's look at motive. It's something that causes us to act or behave in order to reach a goal or a desired endpoint. And it comes from the Latin word moving. The reason why you do something. So look at the motives, 3 categories. It could be biological, social, or personal. The biological are primary, while the social are secondary motives. So look at under biological motives, we have hunger. You know that I learned that if you are hungry, some people say they steal because they are hungry. Do you know I learned that if you enter ShopRite, for instance, and you go to the back where they have food, all these things you could eat, and you see, let's say, a loaf of bread, you pick it, you sat down there, you eat it. Do you know that there's no law that can prosecute you? Please, if you hear what I just said, type yes. If you enter all those stores, you see bread, and because you are so hungry, you are threatened by hunger, you just pick it and you eat. There's nothing they can do to you legally. In fact, if they beat you, they are in trouble because you did it out of hunger. But if you go to let's say Mega Chicken, you stood in front of the chef or whoever is serving the food. You say, give me rice. You say, which one? You say, this one, fried rice. Chicken, you say, no, put 3 beef. If you eat that one, they will flog you. You have to pay because you chose, you ordered. That one you ordered. So they will beat you very well. Tastes, need for oxygen, regulation of the body, temperature. Some people don't want to go to Canada or London because they are scared of that temperature. Likewise, some Canadians don't want to come to Africa because of the temperature. So if you are wasting your time trying to sell to a Canadian property in Africa, it may be a waste of time. Avoidance of pain. Can you see that one? People buy because they want to avoid pain. And if you can uncover the pains that people go through when it comes to real estate investments, you are made. Please type in the chat group, what are some of the pains real estate buyers go through in Lagos? If you know anyone, just type it. Just type it in the chat. Pains that people looking to buy real estate that they are trying to avoid. Problem of land grabbers, no good documentation, fraud, scammers, or monile wahala. So you know these things. That is why you will see someone will put an article, 5 reasons to avoid real estate scam. how to handle the Omonile problem. The title document you should know before you buy land, you know? So these are pain points that these customers are facing, and they are trying to avoid them. So if they see somebody, a superhero, you, the salesperson, that can tell them, come, this pain of Omonile, this is what you do, this is what you do. You don't buy from them, buy from a company, a gated community where they won't have access to come into. So you have to know this pain so that while selling, you will be using it for this person. Elimination of waste, sex motive. Why is it that most commercials, infomercials, people use ladies? It's because of this sex motive. You want to buy a house and you now see one 78-year-old man promoting the house. Then that same house, you now see a 22-year-old lady with all the costs promoting that same house. Who will you buy from? Type in the chat room, who will you buy from? The lady or the 78-year-old man? Can you see? Someone is not honest there. I said the old man. Can you see? You buy from the lady, and you will not know why. So look at social motives, achievements. Some want to buy the property because they want to show they have arrived. So you have to know. Power motive. Look at this one in politics. Tinubu knows physically he's weak. There's no strength, but he has that urge for power that was driving him to become the president of the country. That's power. So anyone that tells him, this is what we need to do for you to get there, he will send him 10 billion. He will break his bank account for the person. Acquisitive motive. Some people just like acquiring. Curiosity. What's even in that estate that they are talking about? I'm going to live there. I want property there. So these are some of the motives that drive people to buy. And now these are the 9 hot buttons. This is the one that now summarizes all those 3 categories of motives. These are the 9 hot buttons of human desires. And the first one is self-preservation. People will go to any length to preserve themselves, to be okay, to be comfortable. The emotion of love. A married man with 3 or 7 children, he can buy a house or villa for his mistress. That's why they say love is blind. Can buy real estate. So if the person comes, come, I want to buy this house, I want to buy it for this lady, and this, and he's married. That's not your cup of tea. Then the emotion of fear. President Buhari, yes, he came and became the president of this country because he sold fear to Nigerians. And what was the fear? If you don't vote me, Boko Haram will overtake this country. If you don't vote me, corruption will kill this country. So that was a fear he sold, and we bought it. People bought it because we were tired of corruption and we are scared. Truly, This thing that we are hearing in the north, Boko Haram killed this kid, it may come to the south. In fact, the north, they won't even think twice about voting him. Why? Because they've tasted the Boko Haram terror. They've lost loved ones. So when someone comes and he said he's an army major general, and he's telling you, these people will finish everywhere if you don't vote me, they don't have option. There's no choice. It's we here in the South that we're like, oh, let's still think of this one, because we've not tasted that terror. So that was what he sold. Even this Donald Trump, if you don't vote me, everybody will become gay. This Russia we engage you with war. America will be no more. You know, fear. And the desire for life after death. This is another hot button that religious institutions use very well. That this life is just, how do they say it? This life is a temporary place. There is a place after this. So any religious imam or pastor that know how to use this very, that's why we have the 20 commandments. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, because we want to make heaven. You get? Then desire for freedom of body and mind, desire for revenge, pepper them gang. How do you think we have pepper them gang? It came out from this desire to revenge. You know, they thought you will not make it. You too now, you don't make harm. You don't buy Rolls Royce. You now join the pepper them gang. You know, emotion of hate. The desire for self-expression and recognition. You know that some people buy property so that they will just say, I own some property in Banana Island. You know, to brag, recognition. Then the desire for material gain, e.g. money, status, FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out. People don't want to miss out. That's why you see most adverts, they will say, we have 7+ left. Oh yeah, grab your copy before it gets exhausted, you know? So these are the 9 hot buttons. So when we are talking to someone, ask questions to uncover which of the reason. Okay, look at this life after death. Do you know that this may be one of the reasons why the Boko Haram or the suicide bombers, they bomb people? Because they've been promised, if you live this life, you have 100 virgins or 70 virgins somewhere waiting for you. Life after death. Okay, so Brian Tracy said, approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her solve a problem, not selling a product or a service. See, the moment you see your prospect as someone that you want to help, someone said, I'm looking for a buy and build land because I want to spend Christmas in my house. And you now take him to Igbonla in Ekpe. Why? Because you how will I say it? Because you just wanted that money. Yes, you may end up convincing the person to buy the property, but that will be the last property that person will buy from you, because he will now realize, I cannot build here now, especially people in diaspora. There are some realtors will sell ocean to them, and when they come, they will now realize, this ocean, I cannot build in this ocean. Someone said I should explain the desire for hate. You hate to be a tenant. You hate the way your landlord is treating you. That's the reason you are looking to buy your property. So you can use that, to aggravate the person's pain points. You are discussing with the person, and the person say, I don't want to pay rent next year. Meaning he hates, that idea of being a tenant. You can look for a story of how a landlord maltreated someone to aggravate that pain and to increase that hate or that motive so that he will take action very fast. So selling models. So let's look at the different models and ways you can sell. If I've used my 1 hour, let me know so that stop. Or should we stop now? If you want us to stop now, just type yes. If you, okay, this should not stop now. Okay, so let's look at selling models. Okay, before we take selling models, let me give us small announcements. So I noticed that I know some of us will not have heard of this name, Alston Development. So let's take a message from our sponsor. So Alston Development is a real estate development company in Lagos, Nigeria. So we are into property development, and if you go to our website, you see something like this, Alston.ng, with the plenty awards. We are the developers of the Gemstone 1, 2, 3, and the Capstone 1, 2, 3 estates, So this is how the Gemstone 1 looks like. And okay, that's how it looks like. So we don't only sell properties, we allocate. One of the pain points of real estate buyers in Lagos is that, will I get allocated? So we don't just sell, we allocate properties to our clients, and they are always happy doing business with us. Our realtors too are also happy, because when we tell you 3rd quarter, we'll allocate, we'll make sure we do whatever we could to ensure that we allocate that 3rd quarter. So you can see this is the last allocation we did. When was this? This was this year. This year, marvelous. This was April. Yeah, 15th of April. So so that's it. So our realtors are also very happy. We take care of our realtors very well. So anytime we are doing launch, everywhere is full, 15 buses, 20 buses, So we thank you, we appreciate you. And these are some of the incentives that we give out, lots of incentives, quietly and publicly, Some of us don't know that we were among the first people that started giving out free plot of land. Mr. Muyiwa there is one of our beneficiaries. If you know Muyiwa, call him, ask him. Those are the title documents for the plot of land that he got from us. So because of this, we have been recognized by different people. Africa's most outstanding real estate company, most innovative, fastest growing, excellence in real estate, So in fact, there was a time I jokingly told my people that, see, they bring any award, tell them we have closed for the year. Not, So let's go to selling models. We are back from the commercial. let's go to selling model. So the first one we'll be looking at is 4WH. And I know some of us already know this, but for those that don't know, let's quickly take a look. So 4WH means you have 4 W's and 1 H. And the 4 W's are: why are you selling? What are you selling? Where are you selling? When and how? Now, it sounds funny when I said, what are you selling? We all know we are selling real estate, but this morning you realize that you are not selling real estate. Before, I would like to ask a question. I would like to ask a question. Since I said that what we are selling is not real estate, can someone please, in the chat, based on what we've learned in this class, can someone tell me what we are selling? Just 1 or 2 things. Put it in the chat room. Because I just said we are not selling real estate. So based on what we've discussed, can you mention 1 or 2 things that we are selling? Selling freedom, emotions, solutions, okay? Okay, selling comforts, convenience, beautiful. These are what? Beautiful responses. So let's go. Why do you sell? We're created to help God's own children. So we're created to help humanity. That's why we are selling. We are social in nature. We have a story or a message. Selling helps you get all what you want in life. So this is the one most of us are interested in, our financial goals. Once we hit our financial goals, we are good. But these are other reasons why we sell. You are unique. Nobody is exactly like you. Even if you are twin, you are not, you can be identical, but you are not exactly the same. And you are the best in the world at something. Do you know that the Jew, they so much believe in this thing that if you are a farmer, you cannot be a realtor or a pharmacist or a dentist. Just stay in that lane, perfect it, and you are best in that field. Then selling is fun. Selling is fun. Now, what are you selling? If you look at the popular brands, look at all these logos, look at the popular brands. You know, these brands, they don't sell the products. For instance, Coca-Cola. Who can tell me what Coca-Cola sells? Put it in the chat. What's Coca-Cola selling? Don't tell me quench your taste too. What's Coca-Cola selling, for instance? Okay, beautiful. Someone said happiness. Edafe, that's it. You will never see an advertorial of Coca-Cola and somebody is crying. Even if the person is crying, a happy person will come with a bottle of Coke to turn that cry to happiness. So that's what they are selling. These luxury cars, they are selling comforts, selling class, you know. Apple is class. That's what they are selling. Be different. So what are you selling? You can sell yourself. That's why they say appearance. How do they say this thing? Appearance. You will be addressed the way you are dressed. So you sell yourself. Who are you? You know? Stories of triumph. You have this person wanted to buy this property. The money nearly duped him, but when I came in, I asked for the survey document, I charted it, and I realized that land is under government resettlement scheme. So when we got back to them and they confirmed, actually that is it, but this. You sell solution to problems or pain points, you know? Someone bought property for the past 5 years, it has not been allocated. You now tell them, forget about it. I'll get you property that you get allocated in the next 2-3 months. Transformation. You said transformation. Experience. Why is it that you see people put in their CV, I have 20 years experience, or when you are talking to a client, I have 15 years experience in the real estate market? Because your prospect buy it. People buy and pay for experience, values, ideas. Why is it that you may not have $1 billion, but you have $1 billion idea that people are willing to fund? If you go to Shark Tank's Lion's Den, people come there with ideas and people are ready to fund those ideas. So people pay for ideas, then beliefs. What are your beliefs? You know? So these are some of the things you sell. Now, where do you sell? Social and networking events, social medias, recreational activities. Do you know that people join clubs and associations just to sell? Gyms, you know? You can sell in shopping malls, offices, and anywhere people are, you can sell there. Always be ready with your elevator speech. For instance, if I want to sell, let's say so I want to give you an example of an elevator speech. So I said you can sell a story. So I can tell them, oh, I have a background in petroleum engineering. So with the aim of drilling oil to make money, but now I drill wells with real estate. You know, they will laugh, drilling wells with real estate. How does that work? You know, so what we'll do is we create happiness with real estate, ensure that when you deal with us, you are happy for the rest of your life. No, so, you know, this statement looks funny, but you are telling someone, work with me so that you'll be happy, because people also buy happiness. You know, you'll be happy for the rest of your life. It will sound funny, but when the person gets home, you'll be thinking about it. Huh? So if I buy from this guy, I'll be happy. Because people want to be happy. Now look at this picture. Look at down there. Is someone barbing his hair. Does your barber know what you do? Or does your hairstyling, does she know what you do? This way shows that you can sell anywhere. Yes, he or she may not be able to afford your property, but it's barbing people that can afford to buy your entire estate. So why don't you tell him? There's this story of someone who went to drop documents in a house. So while he was opening the gates, his friend too was not coming out. Emeka, what are you doing here? Tunde, you stay here? Yes, this is my house. So you worry what brought you here? He said, oh, I came to see Mr. Okoro. He just bought 12 plots of this property, so I'm bringing his documents. And Tunde is staying with Okoro for years, and he couldn't close that transaction. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. You know, he does not want people in the house to know that he don't want them to know what he's doing. You know, that's how someone from somewhere sold 12 plots. So that's him. And it's happening to us too, right under our nose. People will come and take away your transaction because you did not tell them you do this. It's after they purchase, I'm a realtor, but you didn't tell me, you know. So this one means anywhere, you should be ready to sell. Then when? Selling is timing. You could just be okay, let me give you you could just be in an event and something comes up. Let me give you an example. I went for a training and in the class, they now mentioned that there was someone that bought real estate property. So the lady beside me just said, even me, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking to buy a house in Lekki. Immediately, I told her, which side in Lekki? I have houses everywhere. So you will not wait that, oh, okay, this lady, after the class, I'll go and meet her, so that we'll talk about it. No, timing. Immediately you see the opportunity, hit it. Now, how do you sell? So as I said, selling is a process, and this is how you follow the process, you build relationship, you communicate well, then use your mind and emotion. So mind and emotion, we'll be looking at that as the subconscious selling, how you can sell by using the subconscious mind. This is another selling model. So let me bring out my cursor. Look at this WIIFM. So this is what is in it for me. What is in it for me? Everybody is listening to this FM. It's all about us. If I buy this property, what's in it for me? And some of our realtors, they've understood this thing so much that a property selling for, say, 10 million naira, they will sell it to the prospects for 9 million naira. And you will be wondering, this is 10 million, okay, why are you getting it? So don't worry, I'll see somebody that will give me for 9 million. Because the realtor has told that one, there is something in it for you. I'll give you 1 million naira discount. It's not a good one, but it's just an example that's prevalent in the industry. But me, I cannot do that one, because by the time the property will become 100 million, that client will not even remember his Hassan that sold it to him. And that's why he's enjoying this profit. So I don't recommend that. So what is in it for the prospects? Biases and maps of the world, solutions to pain. When you buy, you are free from the pain of a money, the pain of fraud, the pain of scam. That's what is in it for you. Price or size of pocket. So you want to sell a property of 10 million to somebody who does not have 10 million. So you have to look at, then you look at language again, verbal and non-verbal. Do you know that if you want to close someone, you don't have to talk sometimes. You can just try to mimic what the person is doing. Let me give you an instance. You go to a person's office, he welcomes you, and you sat. Now, while you are seated, he was seated straight, upright this way, and you are communicating. And he did like this, and he's listening to you. By the time you want to listen to, by the time he is talking, that's he's replying you, you too, just do like this. That's what you call shadowing. That's language. It's a type of language. Sometimes you don't need to talk, If it does this way, you too wait after 30 seconds. Sit down with you. So you are mirroring, shadowing. You get. So these are what is in it for you. People are looking for people that will give them value, that will transform their life. Social proofing. Where is the proof that you really allocated this person? Show me. That's why you see people put sold out, that means sell out. People show that they are going for allocation. People show documents, social proofing. needs, time savers. People are looking for people that will help them save time. Or hacks. 7 different hacks in real estate investments, you know. So this is another selling model. Somebody is laughing in the group that mirroring, shadowing. Okay. So people do it. Okay, let me give you another instance. Do you know that if someone wants to sell to me, let me give you this for free. If someone wants to sell to me, I will pay faster if the person dressed like me. So the person would have seen me on Instagram that I like wearing white and black cap. So the person can come with a white shirt, maybe with a black face cap. You don't make it obvious. You do it. This Ashake song. They never see.
I wanted to ask you that question. But you answered it already.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to ask you,
so
why are you always wearing white?
Yeah, so the person can wear a white shirt and put a cap, black, it could be face cap. And when it comes into my office, I will just realize we flow, and I don't know why. But he knows, because he's using neurology. People want to buy from people that are like themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. People want to buy from people that are like themselves, people that look like them. Why is it that during Jonathan period, most people wear senator? You know, they wear senator. Now, if you want to go to Abuja, you wear native, put that aboki cap. That's shadow of a leader. This is shadow of a leader. It's also type of mirroring. You mirror who you want to attract in such a way that the person will not easily know. You know, but the person will just, okay, you want to go and see Buhari, you now wear a suit. As he's coming out, as you see, you don't look at, who is this one? But immediately you see with that is bishop neck, that slim stuff you wear with the white this thing here. You will look at your name, Salam Alaikum, you know. And you too should know how to say Salam Alaikum. You should learn that one. Or Alaikum Salam, you know. So now look at another model, the AIDA model. AIDA is attention or awareness,